Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be going into what I feel like is the most important video when it comes to transforming your body. For years, I was obsessed with the number on the scale. If it went up, I wouldn't leave the house. I wouldn't go to events. I would, think I needed to go and burn all the calories off doing tons of cardio. And all it did was leave me feeling just run down, just totally inflamed. My sleep got off. I was training so hard, not seeing results. And I had so much chronic anxiety over the scale. And I see so many women struggling with this. So I wanted to share with you something deep and personal to me of how I overcame my obsession with the number on the scale and in return transform my body. Because the truth is, your mind and your body, like everything is connected. And if we're in this place where we've been through trauma, we don't love ourselves. We have tons of negative self-talk. We see the scale go up and get chronic anxiety. Like all of these things do the opposite of helping us reach the goals. They increase our cortisol and they make us not feel our best self. So I'm going to just dive right into it. And thank you guys again for joining me today. And if this hits home, give me a little heart in the comments, okay? So basically, my journey started at age 13. I bumped into a girl at school. She had lice. It triggered OCD really, really bad for me, and I wouldn't go back to school. I ended up being homeschooled. I got on antidepressants, and it was so bad, guys. Like, I was counting things. I wouldn't walk. My OCD was to the next level, and I was depressed. I hated myself. For a few years, I just focused on, I was being homeschooled. I was kind of like in this daze. I was on the antidepressants. I really wasn't feeling much in terms of I just felt like I was completely fogged out by the antidepressant. One day I did what the worst thing could possibly do is I felt so bad. I gained over 50 pounds in a year, eating my feelings away on that antidepressant to where I decided to stop taking it. And I ended up going to a nutritionist. She didn't want to put me on a diet because I was so young. So I started, eating Special K, literally became addicted to it, guys, because the processed foods, they put things in there, guys, that you want to. And it was so low in calories that I ended up losing the weight. I kept losing weight and I couldn't stop losing weight. I became obsessed with the number on the scale. Did it go down today? If not, what did I do wrong? Do I need to go burn off calories? And it ran my life, and it ran so much of it, guys. I would not go to parties. I would not go to events. If it went up, I would think I need to go back to the gym, do hours of cardio. And I just felt more inflamed, more chronic anxiety. And I see this trend with so many women out there because I work with a lot of women in the same place, especially my women over 40 when we've been struggling, or like when we hit perimenopause and we start seeing what used to work no longer works, and we feel like we're losing muscle, and the scale's different, and we feel like our body composition's changing, and we don't know what to do to reach those. And the scale almost becomes something that really F's up our mindset and keeps us further and further from reaching our goals. So the question you may ask is, how did I get myself from feeling crazy depressed, overcoming my eating disorder, overcoming my mindset of I hated myself, guys. I didn't want to look in the mirror. I wouldn't even look up into people's eyes. When I was walking in the streets, I almost would look down when people would look at me. And it took me a long time, but I'm going to share what I did to kind of get there. So I ended up getting to my all-time low with my weight. And I will tell you one thing, guys, if you have, an issue going on, like with me and my eating disorder, no one could tell me that I had a problem. I had to get to the point where I was ready and I knew I had that problem to make that change. It took me a long time. It took me to getting down to 90 pounds from 180 before I realized it. But when I got to my low and I was ready to make that change, what I did was this. I started my bodybuilding journey, and I'm going to explain with you what exactly I did. So here's the deal. I started my Instagram when I started my bodybuilding journey. I ended up doing a 5-year bulk, from 90 pounds back up to 180. I was powerlifting mixed with bodybuilding. I got so strong. And when I started my journey, guys, I couldn't even squat the bar. So we've all been there. Never compare yourself to someone else. Okay, guys? We all have a day one. I couldn't lift the bar. I was so scared. I thought rice was going to make me fat. I thought carbs were going to make me fat. I've done keto, carnivore, vegan, raw vegan, fruitarian, you name it, guys. So I started my bodybuilding journey and I started my Instagram. I said, I'm going to document my progress every single day to keep myself accountable so I'm able to build my body. I made myself a vision board with these women with these beautiful backs. I always wanted to build my back, get my angel wings in. And it wasn't easy. Every single day, I was obsessed with that scale. Carbohydrates, every 1 gram of carb, your body holds on to 3 to 6 grams of water. So when I started increasing my food and my carbohydrates and everything, number one, my calories were so low that my body, when I added the food back in, I felt so full all the time because my stomach shrank to the small food volume. So it was really hard for me to say, okay, Elizabeth, push yourself and get through that and, allow your body to adjust and get used to the food and get those hunger cues back. So I started lifting. I started tracking. I was obsessed with the carbohydrates. I thought I couldn't eat it. I was there, guys. If you feel this way, I was there. Drop a comment below and give me a heart, please, because this is hard for me to share, but my goal is just to help one person. And I feel like this is going to help one person. So what I did was basically I started tracking my macros. I ended up getting a coach to help me with the macros because I knew that I couldn't alone increase my food. I knew that I wouldn't do it. I knew that I would cut it back down again. So I got a coach who probably hated me because I was literally like, if I eat that carbs, I'm gonna get fat and I can't have that much rice and all of that. So every day, what I started doing was for the first good 2 years, probably every single week, I would call my mom crying in tears. I told her, Mom, I was getting fat. I told her, I can't do this. I wanted to quit. I let that scale run my life. If it went up the next day, like I said, I wouldn't leave the house. It really affected me. And let me say this, guys, when you are stressed out about your diet and you're stressed out about the number on the scale and all of the stress does is it increases your cortisol levels. Cortisol, fight or flight response, throwing off your hormones, thyroid, runs our metabolism. You're not sleeping good, gut issues. You feel more bloated. You feel gassy. Maybe you're constipated and you end up feeling not your best self when you have chronic stress. Chronic stress is like the number one root cause of disease. And I know it's not sexy saying, hey, fat loss, deal with your chronic stress, but that is a huge, huge thing. And also falling in love with yourself is a big thing as well. But here's the deal. When I was on my fitness journey, this is the number one thing that helped me overcome it. Number one, having that accountability was awesome, having someone there, but also I fell in love with building that muscle in the gym in terms of strength. I told myself, if I'm getting stronger in the gym, I'm focusing on progressive overload. I'm building lean muscle mass. I have to be. I'm not going to be putting on fat. If I'm getting stronger in the gym and I'm going from, not being able to squat the bar to at the end of my bulk, being able to squat over 285 pounds for my 1 rep max, that was my beast mode, working my way up. I'm like, I have to be getting stronger and transforming my body. So I ended up unfollowing everybody that actually made me feel not my best self. I was following a lot of those bikini competitors and they were always so lean. They always have these big booties. And the truth is, guys, a lot of these people, if they're competitive on stage, don't compare yourself to them because you don't know if people are taking PEDs, enhancing drugs. You don't know. You don't know how long they've been training. So don't compare yourself. But I started focusing on progressive overload. I followed all of the strong beauties like Kaz Martin, Dana Lynn Bailey. And Brooke Entz. Those were my top three. They were strong. They were beautiful. I unfollowed all the people that made me not feel my best self. And I started focusing on progressive overload. And before I kind of take you to the next step, let me just say this. When you focus on you, you grow. When you have a negative mindset and self, and you don't love yourself and stuff, guys, and you're not focusing on healing from within, your body doesn't transform. And this is a huge thing that I actually address with my 90-day transformation challenge. So I have clients come to me and they're in this place where I work with a lot of peri, post, and hysterectomy when it comes to my women over 40, as well as people that have tried every diet out there, that have gut issues, thyroid imbalances. They feel like they're in this place where they don't know how to get out of it. They have chronic cravings, bloating. They don't love themselves. And with my challenge, it's not just about calories in versus calories out. I want my clients over those 12 weeks to transform their mind, their body, and get sustainable results when it comes down to it. Guys, I will tell you this again and again and again. It's not calories in versus calories out. With my clients, what I get them to is I take people from being in a place of self-hate. They don't know what to do. They're overtraining. They're under-eating. They feel like they're losing muscle. And I optimize their life so that they're able to build muscle, especially post-menopause. We're able to overcome the mindset that holds us back, get over our obsession with the number on the scale, learn what is going on with our body, our hormones, our gut, the changes, what to eat, how to eat, nutrition, because to me, that is the scariest part about anything. And I get them those sustainable results. So if you're in a place where you just feel like you've tried every diet out there, you feel like you're in this place where you're almost in a daze, you feel like, what do I need to do to get there? You almost feel more anxiety about your diet. I want you to head to the description below, fill out that questionnaire to come join my upcoming 90-day transformation challenge. I have just 3 spots left, and I'm looking for women ready to transform their body, their mind, and get their love for themselves back, get their life back, let go of their obsession with the scale, and get their health back. Because the truth is you may look healthy on the outside, but internally, guys, if we're having chronic cravings, thyroid issues, hormone imbalances, we can't lose weight. We need to bring our body back to a homeostasis, and that's what I do with my program. Let's go back, though, to how I overcame my mindset. So this is the big part. When I stopped unfollowing everyone, I had my accountability, and I started following love with that number on the weights versus the number on the scale. My mindset started shifting. I was no longer even wanting to weigh myself in the morning. I started getting my motivation and drive to train. I felt so excited for the gym. I started rowing heavier weights. I started building muscle. I fell in love so much with seeing the numbers in the gym go up. That's the key, guys. My women out there, you are not going to get bulky. We are not on PEDs. We are not on enhancing drugs. Like, lifting heavy is not going to make you bulky. I'm going to say it time and time again. And it took me a good 5 years to get my mindset to the place. I ended up at 180 pounds. I ended up getting to this place. I did all my 1-rep max, and I reached out to a friend of mine in the fitness industry. And I'm like, I haven't been thinking about this in a while. I'm like, but I started my bodybuilding journey 5 years ago. I'm like, my goal was I wanted to bulk until I got to the point where I didn't care about the number on the scale, and I could look at myself in the mirror and not say everything negative about myself and just say, oh my God, girl, you are strong. You are badass. You are beast mode. And it took me 5 years of that. It took me focusing on number and the weights, progressive overload, and of course, guys, I was doing a lot of work with my mindset. I was working gratitude. This is all things that I did, that I go into with my 90-day transformation challenge. I teach my clients everything. We become our best version of ourselves. We switch our mindset. It takes 12 weeks to make a lifestyle change. And that is what we do. And I asked him, I'm like, do you think if I did a cut now, I would, have the muscle that I was thinking? They're like, are you kidding me? Like, you're deadlifting over 65 pounds. You're squatting over 285. Like, girl, you're there. So I was 5 years in. I was eating between 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day. And I decided to start my cut. And I did it in a way. And if you guys want, drop a comment below and I'll take you through how I did my cut. But I did it in a way to where I was actually able to maintain my lean muscle mass. At the end of my cut in 9 months, I dropped 50 pounds. I reverse dieted myself right back out of it. I did 2 bodybuilding shows and I now eat 2,600 plus calories a day. I walk not 15 to 20, 30,000 miles, whatever a day, steps a day. I work like maybe 7,000 to 8,000 steps a day. That's it. And my gym sessions are under 45 minutes to an hour maximum, guys. I went from training 2 to 3 hours a day. I was, marathon running 80 to 90 miles a week. I let the scale run my life. I hated myself. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. And bodybuilding saved my life. It saved my life. It transformed my body and it transformed my mind. And now the scale doesn't affect me. I know what is going on with my body. If I, and that's a true thing. It's like, I want learning I guess, let me say it this way. Learning how your body works, what's going on, why that number can go up. It gave me such a peace of mind learning the education and having the knowledge behind training and nutrition and hormones and gut. And it allowed me to have this state of ease and then get to the point where I became at peace. So I just want to say, guys, if you're in a place where the scale runs your life, know this. It all starts in the mind. Stop focusing on pushing yourself harder in the gym with tons of cardio, under eating, these low carb, no carb diets. And we got to find balance and get sustainable results, because the truth is every time you yo-yo and you go down and you go up, you are losing more muscle. You're gaining a little bit more and more fat back each time. And it gets harder and harder and harder to lose the weight. And then when we hit perimenopause, postmenopause, or we have a hysterectomy and we're losing muscle at a faster rate, and then we have all the stress and we not our self-love, it's not working harder that's going to get you there. It's doing something completely different. And that is what I believe in. And that is what I do. And it's more of a holistic approach, but I have to throw it out there. And if this holistic approach is something that you guys are interested in, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, because I go live every single day here. And my whole goal, like I said, is to just help one person a day. So I'm here trying to just share with you guys my stories, what I did right, what I did wrong. It's not about having one diet. I work with vegans, vegetarians, but we do it in a way to where they're able to get all their nutrition in, optimize their gut, their hormones, their stress, fall in love with themselves, and transform their body, because these are my 2 keys. Okay, guys, these are my mottos for my clients. Stronger and sexier with age, because I work with a lot of women hitting that, hitting perimenopause and postmenopause and hysterectomies. And also, it's work smarter versus harder, because so many people are running themselves down on low calories, doing tons of cardio, and it increases your cortisol levels. We're not getting enough protein and the right nutrition in. We're losing muscle so much faster when we hit that time in life. And it's really about optimizing everything so that the anxiety goes away. Our body starts transforming. And that's exactly what happens. I have clients eating so much more food now, off Xanax, off of all of these things. I'm like, Elizabeth, I can't believe that I'm able to do this after years of just struggling and pushing my body so hard. And even I have to share a story with you really fast, but I have a client, and she hit menopause at 42. She had a hysterectomy. She's been to every single, like she just like, I hired this trainer and I was this top trainer. I tried keto. She was doing 2 hours of cardio a day. She didn't want to go out to events. She didn't want to go to dinner. She was afraid. She didn't know what to eat. And she found me on the internet. She started working with me. She's been with me now. She will always be with me probably. I love her. I love her so much. She's been with me for 2 years now. She's 56. She is now eating over 1,700 calories a day. She was around 1,000 on like under 50 grams of carbs or less a day. She is eating almost 200 carbs a day. She is so much jacked, shredded, the leanest. And she told me the other day, Elizabeth, this is the best shape I've been in my whole life. She got her love back for herself. She transformed her body. She transformed her mind. And it all starts within. So if you're in this place and you're ready, not just to get a fast fix, that ain't what it is. My challenge isn't, hey, come, we're going to cut your calories and lose shit ton of weight fast. We are going to transform your body, transform your mind. I'm going to teach you everything with nutrition, training, gut, hormones, when to eat, what to eat, the foods to eat, so that you can feel your best self and you have all the education so you don't need me after these 12 weeks. That is why I created my transformation. I should call it a program, my transformation program versus my challenge. So I will see you tomorrow. Make sure you are subscribed. Drop a little heart below. And if you need help transforming your body, your mind, and you want sustainable results, you're sick and tired of this yo-yo, head to the show notes below. Send me over a DM. I hope you have a beautiful day. And 2 more things. If you guys are looking to I have recommendations for videos. If you guys have severe digestive issues, check out my SIBO playlist. And if you guys are in a place where you're doing fasting and everything, I put up a new video last week on the biggest mistake on intermittent fasting. So go check it out. And then all of the lives I have saved for you in a lives playlist, and you can listen to everything just like a podcast. You don't even need to look at it with all my stuff. I keep it very simple. I hope you have a beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow. I love you guys.